What I like about this team is how we are learning different plays this year and learning a lot more through mental and not more physical and learning over books and not just on the go.
Tell me a little bit about this offense. You're back at the running back position after a good year. Hayden's back at quarterback. It's a pretty good place to start. How do you guys look to carry the load for this offense early and set the tone for what you guys do offensively?
We're going to do a lot more passing this year, and Hayden's got a better arm and is a lot stronger this year. And we're going to throw it up to the receivers and see what they can do.
When you take a look at this team on the defensive side of the football, you mentioned you play in the secondary. So what are some of the things that this team does well defensively, and who are some of the guys that you're going to be counting on a little bit more this year to step into bigger roles for the defense?
So on our defensive back side, we got Cody Kinsey and Seth Bennett. They're going to take a bigger role this year in the defensive backs. And Kyler Rolston stepping up in linebackers. It's going to be good for them this year.
What do you think characterizes this defense? Are you guys fast, physical? Like, what are some of the things that stick out to you defensively?
We're going to be a lot faster and physical this year, and not.
Yeah, you're good. As far as this team goes, you guys have had 7 wins in back-to-back seasons. That's taken Bluffton to the next step. What's the key to getting now to the next step up from that?
We just got to follow what Kunkel shows us and tells us what to do and stay on the road we've been going and keep going.
Final question from me. What are you most looking forward to? Because this is a season, a couple weeks ago, not sure if it's going to happen. What are you most looking forward to about a season, especially as a senior?
I'm looking to just play and see how far we can get on the road and get moving.
Is it going to be, how sweet is it going to be when you get out on the field for the first time? Because, like I said, there was a point where we weren't sure if that was going to happen.
It's going to feel great just because of the unknown factor that we didn't know recently. And it's going to feel good.
All right. Good deal, my man. You're good.
We've had a really good past couple of years, and taking the next step, we've got a really good senior class in leadership, and just working hard. That's what we've been doing all summer long, as much as we can with this whole COVID thing. But yeah, just working hard and trying to get on the field as much as we can.
Tell me about this offense. You got yourself back. You got Cody back. That's a pretty good 1-2 combo. What do you guys need to do to kind of set the tone for what this team does offensively?
I think our run game is going to be really big this year because a lot of teams are going to expect us to come out and throw the ball a lot. But our run game, we've changed it up a little bit. But I think our run game is what we're going to need to be able to set the tone of the game.
When you take a look at this Bluffton team, what did you learn from last year that you can apply this time around? What do you take away that you can apply here in 2020?
Last year I was more of a younger quarterback, really. It was kind of my first year really getting the start. So, I come back with a lot more knowledge than I did at the beginning of the season. And last season it was more, they're telling me who to throw it to, but this year it's going to be more reads and reading people on the field. So it's more responsibility for me.
Yeah, this is only day 2 of official practice, but you guys have been together conditioning, weightlifting, all that good stuff in the off season. What's the vibe around this Bluffton team at this point?
It's good. Our motto, family. We're always together. We're doing everything together. It's not varsity, JV. It's everything together. So, as a team, I think that we're just a lot closer than we have been in the past.
Final question from me. What are you most looking forward to about this season? Because there's so much uncertainty around. It has to be exciting to know that, man, we're almost here. We're almost ready to play some football.
Yeah, so, this year we're just out here to have fun, really, and I'm out here with my best friends all the time. And obviously winning games is a part of it, but if we're together, that's just something that comes along with being together. So winning games and staying together.
All right.
I think overall we just need to keep continuing what we're doing and kind of build from that. Like maybe, just try to get more wins and maybe even a sectional eventually, just build up there.
Tell me about this defense. You're one of the leaders on the defensive side of the football. What stands out to you about this defense, and who are some of the players that are going to be needing to step into a bigger role defensively here in 2020?
So with last year we had numerous linemen, and this year we kind of lost some. Therefore, we're running more linebackers this year. And I think the linemen they're gonna have to step up a lot more because it's obviously 3 fronts. So we gotta go when it's them.
Yeah, what has impressed you about this defense so far? I know it's only day 2 at camp, but you've been together weightlifting. You know this team. You know these guys. What's going to impress people on Friday nights, and what's impressed you so far about this team?
What's impressed me so far is that the people have known, they know where they're supposed to go more than I expected. We're calling let's say we're calling blitzes or anything. They know where they're going and stuff. And yeah, I think it's going to impress them because also our 4 linebackers, I think it'll give us a lot more maneuverability back in the back, back farther. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
As far as this team goes, what's kind of the vibe around this team right now? I imagine coming off back-to-back 7-win seasons, you guys are feeling pretty optimistic. But like I said, you want to take that next step. How hungry is this team?
Like, I think we want to win. Like that. Let's just put it like that. We want to win, and like obviously we don't know what to expect yet. But I think we're pretty hype about it.
Final question for me: what are you most looking forward to about coming out on Friday nights and playing? Because there are a lot of uncertainty in the world, a lot of uncertainty in sports. But it looks like going forward, everything looks pretty good. What are you most looking forward to about considering there is so much uncertainty out there?
I'm just blessed to play overall. Like I just can't wait to play. That's all I'm looking forward to.
I mean, well, first and foremost, we want to try to continue what we've been doing, and it's hard. I mean, you look at our schedule. We play, and I think one of the best small school conferences in the entire state. You look at our schedule. I don't see many scheduled wins. So we just want to continue on the track we've been on. We've been fortunate enough to have great senior leadership years 1, year 2, and year 3. And we have great leadership, I think, in year 4. This senior group is a great one for me because I actually started out at coaching him in 7th grade. So I've coached him this is year 6, which is a really cool thing. So we don't want to get consumed with what we've done the first 3 years. Obviously, that's great. You know, you'd rather be coming off back-to-back 7-win years and coming off back-to-back 2-win years. So, but to keep it going, we got to continue to do what we've done. Continue to focus on getting better every day. I know it's coach cliche, but it's got to be what we have to do here at Bluffton. So.
Let's start on the defensive side of the football. I think you guys have 7 starters back defensively. It includes Reese, at the linebacker position. What is it about this defense that you like heading into this season, and who are some of the guys that we'll be seeing step into larger roles?
I really like our overall team speed. One thing that we have tried to focus on since day one when I took the job was developing speed. And that's a forefront of all we do in the summer, all we do in our conditioning, all we do in practice. Like, we don't stop practicing condition because we want guys fresh, right? So I think our team speed is really a strength for us. Reese is going to anchor our linebacking core, but Kane Moore is another linebacker who's been a 2-year starter, will be a 2-year starter now. Got younger guys on the outside, John Ringer and Lucas Hunt, who are going to be outside linebacker type kids who have been kind of waiting for their opportunity. Lucas played some last year, but I know John's really been ready. Up front, defensively, Cameron Farmer is going to kind of help anchor our defensive line. So we're trying to get as much team speed on the field as we can. We don't have the guys like in the SAC who are going to just plug up holes on the D-line. We've got to try to use speed to our advantage and take some chances when we blitz and gamble, and hopefully it pans out.
Offensively, it's always nice to have a quarterback that returns that's a starter. Always nice to have a running back that's been successful. You got that in Hayden and in Cody. How do they set the tone for what you do offensively? Because I think you also have 3 or 5 starters in the trenches. You're replacing some tackles, I think.
Yeah, we have about 2.5 starters returning because we're doing some position changes up front on our offensive line. And Jacob Landis and Garrett Paul are going to step in those tackle spots. But yeah, having Hayden's the key to what we want to do this year. You look at him, he's probably grown 2 or 3 inches and put on a good 20 pounds since last season. And he is, when we sat down in the offseason to design our offense, it's with him in mind. Past couple years we've had, Reid Johnston, Brandon Lockwood, we've been that ground and pound kind of team. This year we might be more like Joe Tiller, Drew Brees era where we're going to try to air it out. But it starts with Hayden and Cody. Hey, I think he's one of the fastest kids in the area. He's been electronically clocked at a 4.4, 4.5. Getting him the ball in space is going to be the key what we do. But we have a lot of other skill receivers who are coming back. So if we can protect Hayden, I feel really good about where we stack up.
Final question for me, what's the vibe around this team? Because, like I mentioned, you guys have had success with those 7-win seasons, but there's also a hunger, I would imagine, to get to that next level.
Yeah, there definitely is. And this is one thing with this group, since we've been together for so long, we've been talking about, bigger things that we could accomplish. Again, coming off the 2 seasons that we've had, we feel great. We don't want to rest on that. It's been 32 years since I've been a sectional title here at Bluffton. And I know we've got a lot of great teams in that section. You got Bishop Luers and Eastside returning. And Woodland's going to be in there. There's several good teams in that sectional, and we want to be in that group. We want to be in that conversation to do it. It's going to take a lot of hard work on our end and get the ball to bounce our way. But kind of the way we ended last season with our loss in the opening round, it kind of left that bad taste in the kids' mouth, which is what you want. Fairfield played a great game that night, and they deserved to win. But we just feel like we maybe didn't play. We didn't meet them in the challenge. We want to try to take strides and do that.